Tom from Croydon Police Station. Have you got your driver's license on you?
I paid $37,500 for it. What is going on, guys? We are here in the new GAMBIN.BUILDS office. Just having a nice little scroll on Marketplace as I do for some deals. And I honestly feel like I've come across a deal of the century. Now, it obviously does need a little bit of work, but it's nothing that I cannot handle, as you guys probably will have seen on this channel. Anything mechanical, I've got it covered. I've just sent a guy this message asking for his number. I haven't got a reply as of yet, but once I do, I'll give him a call, ask him a few questions, and if it all is what he's saying it is, and if he can send me through a few photos and we can confirm that it is what it is and whatever, then I'll be booking some flights, heading down there with Josh Lever, and hopefully picking this thing up. Let's give this bloke a call and let's see what he has to say. Hey mate, how are ya? I just want to ask you about your car that you have up on the Marketplace. Yeah, no, beautiful. If it works out to be what you're saying it is and it all checks out, then I think you've got yourself a deal, mate. So I'll book some flights tonight and I'll head down with a mate on Sunday morning. And yeah, if it all checks out, like I said, we'll be leaving with the car. Cool. No, I appreciate the call. Easy. Thank you, mate. See ya. Bye. So there we go, guys. It's looking like a pretty well done deal. I'm going to book some flights, and I guess we'll catch you on Saturday morning at the airport. Myself and Josh are down here in Melbourne, caught a flight this morning at 6 AM, landed here, and now we're at the spot to check out the car. We're just waiting on the dude to come past. We've been speaking a fair bit over the phone. I don't see why it shouldn't be an issue, so we'll check back in once we get the car. Alrighty guys, so the deal went through, we got the car, but before I show you what we got, we did run into a few issues within 5 minutes of whatever the car is and chill that I'm not going to reveal yet. We did get pulled up by the cops, but it was all good. I'll insert a little clip here.
I'm Tom from Croydon Police Station. Have you got your driver's license on you?
Yeah.
As you might be aware, we've been having a bucket load of these stolen. Right, so just one long breath out for me. So we'll just do a quick bin check. Yeah. As long as it comes back, all good and not stolen. Get back on your way.
Yeah.
Well, we saw the thing.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll head back to Ringwood and he's like, I really want to pull it over. Just double check.
No, it doesn't hurt, 100%.
If it was stolen, then you would have seen us and just taken off like a rocket.
Exactly,
But,
yeah.
I assumed that, but I knew you guys were going to check anyway, so.
Easy.
Alright,
Thank you, boys. Appreciate it.
Enjoy that.
You too.
And then moving on from then, we needed to get some new tyres because the rear tyres were absolutely dead because somebody killed them and destroyed a bit of the rear bar as we go, but that will all be changing in the near future. So it's been a bit of a stuff around, but we're finally on the road. We're heading back, and now I can show you guys what I got. So here is the new car reveal. So here we go, guys. This is my new to me 2016 VF HSV LSA Club Sport. It's a Series 2. They all came LSA. Don't know why I said that like that. But anyways, we're just rolling with it. There is a condition as to why I got this so cheap, but we'll get to that later in the video. But here it is. It looks all nice and pretty. The eyelids are going to be the first thing once we get back in Sydney to go in the bin because it makes it look absolutely P-plated spec, as well as these 22-inch Simmons. We've already got wheels that we're picking up on the way home, so that'll be epic. It'll make it look somewhat nice and neat. The exterior of the car is pretty good. There is a few things as well, and on the interior we do have a few little caboodles in there, like the R8 gauges and stuff like that aren't meant to be there in the Series 2 LSA. It's a work in progress. I paid $37,500 for it, and there is plans for this. Now, maybe not this car specifically, but like I said, we'll get into it a bit later. But it's all in one piece, it works. We've already made it 3 hours into our trip back. No issues. It is in the Slipstream Blue. A nice little added bonus to it is the Hyperflow spoiler on here. That is a pretty nice aggressive spoiler. I've always wanted this spoiler. They have them on the track editions, and I've always said if I was to get a VF, I'll get it with that spoiler. And I'm glad I don't have to spend another $1,500 to get that. It's already on the car. So everything's there, it's all in one piece. It's got a full 3-inch exhaust. It does have an intake that is pretty janky, but you know, here on Gambin Builds, we don't keep things stock. So it's most likely going to cop a few VCM goodies like a camshaft, pulley. It's already got the full exhaust and probably an OTR as well, and whatever else sort of things we can think of. But here is the almighty LSA. Can't say how good it sounds because that intake is not very good, and we do also have an exhaust leak on the header, which I will be fixing up once we get back in Sydney. But other than that, it's pretty mint top to bottom. No oil leaks, no coolant leaks. Everything's there that's meant to be there. There hasn't been stuff taken from the driveline, like the box is right, LSA rear end's in there, and obviously we've got the LSA motor. So they're the main key points as to why I bought this car. For the price, I honestly cannot complain. It is in great shape. And it drives. It's made it this far, and it's going to make it another 6 hours drive home. And yeah, we can tickle up and spruce it up then. But anyways, that's enough of the car for now. We're going to get in the car, we're going to head back to Sydney, we're going to pick up some wheels on the way, and then we'll continue on once we get those wheels on and get these disgusting things off, as well as these eyelids here. We made it back to the shop in one piece, and how hot is this blue in the light? It's absolutely filthy now, obviously, as you'd expect, driving from Melbourne to Sydney. Diving straight into the mods. So this wasn't just a reveal video. I got some things on the way home, and I've had some things that I have bought throughout the week. So as you can see, these Simmons, I feel like really ruin the car. I don't rate Simmons on a VF unless it's obviously tubbed in the rear end, which this thing, it'll never happen on any VF that I ever own because the IRS and on this works perfect. But we did stop at one of my followers' house and picked up some 20-inch rapiers, however the hell you pronounce them. Everyone pronounces them different. I say rapiers. So we're going to chuck those on. There's a little squeal in the front. We're going to check that out as well with the brakes. And I'm ripping these eyelids off because I cannot deal anymore with this thing that's going on. Honestly, it's disgusting. So I'm going to jack it up, check out the noise, change the wheels over, change the eyelids, and also pull out the R8 gauges and put it in the factory LSA gauge. But obviously, I'll show you guys a final look. Let's see what she looks like with the wheels. Here it is. Now, with the grapiers. I didn't even think of YouTube actually. Probably can't use that word anyway, but oofed. It looks proper. The springs somehow lowered themselves. I'm not too sure how that happened, but it did. But now it is looking like an actual club sport. I'm super keen. Alright, let's move on to getting rid of these disgusting eyelids. And then we can go to putting the Series 2 little center trim in. It is a few days later and I've removed the eyelids, fixed all the glue and zhuzh off the thing, and added the R8 LSA center surround that I said I was going to put in. And I figured now would be the best time to show you in the daylight of how the car finally looks like a real VF again. Here we have it, guys. I've officially pulled the eyelids off the car, and I may say it made this thing look a million times better. The worst part about it all was getting all the glue off and blistering my thumbs. but it was definitely well worth the few hours getting all that off, as well as the weather strips up here. It looks all good, it looks all clean, especially with the little R8 center surround here. So it's looking all nice and proper and like it is meant to be. Now, what I'm about to tell you is going to make you guys be like, what the hell? Why did you just do that all? And here is the reason as to why I only paid $37,500 for this genuine VF HSV R8 LSA Club Sport. And that is because the car had been stolen and recovered previously and was deemed a total loss, which made the car a stat write-off. So if you guys don't know what a stat write-off is in Australia, it's pretty much a car that you cannot re-register anywhere in Australia, regardless of what you do, except if you're the original owner of the vehicle and it has some sort of sentimental value to you. Obviously, the guy didn't do that. It's the reason why it went to the auctions and sold at the auctions for $42,000, but I'll put up the little photo here of how much they paid for it. And then it obviously landed in my hands a few months after. Now, the way it landed in my hands is somebody actually from Prospect in the city bought this car, was going to build this and make this into a track car. And he obviously lost interest and the guys ended up selling it and it ended up with me. Now, a little bit of a backstory as well that I got when I was there about the car itself. When it did get stolen, the guys actually got caught with a whole bunch of cars midway through doing this car. And what I'm about to show you is actually very laughable. And I feel like these thieves, even though thieves deserve to be caught, they really deserve to be caught, because this has got to be honestly the stupidest thing I have ever seen in my life. So if we have a look at this compliance plate here, the first thing you'll notice is why it looks so dodgy. And the second thing you'll notice is all these scratches around it, like it's been tampered with. And actually at the back here, if you peel it back, you can see another compliance plate back there. And if you look at this compliance plate, which if this camera will focus, which I'm not sure if it will, it actually says a VEP car, and it was built in the 9th month, 2009. This is a VF. They were only produced from 2013 and up. Now, the VIN ended in 3068 on that one. So does this one here. Now, if you come under the bonnet, and this is where things get even more funnier, that you can tell that this tag's obviously been tampered with too, the rivets as well. And it says VE, and if you go here, engine, it says L76. Now, an L76 is a 6-litre LS that came out in the VZ Thunder and a few of the VEs, obviously, hence the L76, and that's an LSA with an LSA box and an LSA rear end on a VF Club Sport. So, to be fair, I feel like these guys obviously deserve to be caught regardless. But if you're going to be stupid and you're going to steal stuff from people, at least go and put a VF tag on the bloody thing. And it's not to say that they didn't have any money, because they've reefed out the EDI module. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if they did it so they couldn't identify the car because it doesn't show the actual build number. Because they actually did also take off the Gen F2 HSV little plate. It says Gen F2, I'll put a photo of it up here. That is also missing as well. So they really thought that they were going to convince everybody that this was a VE. I really don't know how they were going to do that, but like I said, glad they got caught. And I am also glad to hear that those thieves are off the streets and they did actually end up getting locked up. So that explains that. And also you can see all the fingerprints on it as well. I've tried to clean this car as much as I could, but all the dust prints from the police are all over the car. The only way you can get those off is if you detail them, but obviously we're not going to be using this shell. So I can do a few things in this case. I can either part the car out completely and make a bit of dosh, or we can reshell it. Now, obviously, if I'm posting the video here, and you guys know me by now, and if you don't, we're going to be reshelling this thing. Yes, I'm going to be bothered to do it, and yes, I do need to get this done because I really wanted a VF. I said on my Instagram that I'm getting a VF this year. I bought a VF, it's a stat write-off, but now it's time to transfer everything into another car and make a complete car out of one. Now, the way to do it properly would be get another VF HSV R8 LSA, but those shells don't come up almost never. And the same car that is pretty much the closest and is actually based off this car is the VF Calais. Now, the reason why I say that is because A, the chrome strip on the outside, B, it comes factory push button start and heads up display, which all the HSVs do have from standard as well. So I need to get a Calais V, and I need to get a 2016 one in this slipstream blue, preferably because this color's grown on me, looks absolutely hot. There's not too many out there with it, which makes it more appealing to me. It's like my HSV Racing Green VY Club Sport. I love that color even more, and it grew on me so much harder because there was only 52 of those ever made. I'm not too sure how many of these were made, but they're not a very fond color. And it's good to kind of see something a little bit different in these. Pretty much every single VF is either white, black, red, or silver. So these things to see in a blue is pretty cool. And the color actually does look really good under some light, as you would have seen earlier in the video. And I want another one, but that is also a very hard VF Calais to get in that color, especially they only did them in the Series 2, which only went for 2 years as well. I could go in Alchemy Series 1 purple color, that looks pretty hot as well. Or I could have ended up with the same, or I could have ended up with something completely different. But let me know your guesses down in the comment section. Let me know if you think I should do a custom color on it as well, if it's not this slipstream blue. And I hope you guys are super keen to see this build. It's gonna be something fat to have on the channel and something sort of newish. So anyways, guys, I'm going to leave the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There's something going on in the background here. And put those post notifications on so you do not miss out on the next episode or future episodes on this VF here. And as always, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Holy crap, what the hell is